At Newman Enterprises, Nikki questions Victoria about cutting her Lay trip short. Victoria says her plans changed. At Crimson Lights, Audra finds Elena and asks if she found Nate and Victoria hard at work in Lay. Elena says she found them hard at something, but it wasn't work. They were casually intimate and their body language gave everything away. She adds that Nate didn't even bother to deny it. Audra asks, "What happens now?" Elena shrugs and walks to the patio. At Society, Adam and Chelsea discuss Connor, who has been moody and sullen ever since they told him about the baby. Adam wonders if it's maybe one change too many. Billy walks in and Chelsea warns Adam not to say anything negative. She assures him that Connor will come around once he meets his baby sister. Adam wants to believe that. He walks past Billy and greets him as he leaves. Billy joins Chelsea. He muses that Adam was surprisingly civil, and they talk about Connor. Chelsea doesn't know what to do. Billy says part of it is his age and reminds her that she showed him it's okay to ask for help. Chelsea sighs that he's just been through so much. She wants to hold him and tell him everything's going to be okay, but he won't let her. In Sally's suite, she lazes in bed as Nick dresses. She smiles. "You stayed the night." She wants to have breakfast in bed together, but he has some pressing matters to handle. Sally figures he's off to fight with his father. She asks him not to turn this into a big Newman family war. Nick reassures her and asks about her day. Sally says she and Chloe have to meet and go over some design ideas before they follow up with Jill. Nick has absolute faith in her. Sally teases him for diverting her attention. She asks him again about Victor. He tells her to eat breakfast and not to forget her vitamins. He kisses her head and leaves. At Newman, Nikki asks Victoria why she didn't go to Neil's tribute last night. She says she wasn't invited. Devon's probably still upset that she went after Chancellor Winters. Nikki doesn't think that's what's going on with her, and it's not jet lag. Did something happen? Victoria snaps. Yes, something did happen. She reveals her relationship with Nate became much more personal. At Crimson Lights, Sally meets Chloe, and they talk business. Chloe's worried Jill will kill their deal. Sally's sure she's on their side. Just then, Jill calls Sally, who tells her she'll love their latest ideas for her Chicago offices. Jill cuts her short and Sally listens. On the patio, Elena tells Audra it's over. "I told Nate he could go straight to hell." Audra responds, "Wow. How are you doing?" She wonders if Elena will forgive Nate eventually. Elena says there's no going back. She couldn't even sleep in their bed last night. She was up all night wondering why she put so much energy into that relationship and realized that it was probably because of what they did to Devon. If her relationship with Nate wasn't real and lasting, then she hurt Devon for nothing. She's done trying to save Nate from himself, and she knows none of this is her fault. "I'm just disgusted. So Victoria can have him. In fact, they deserve each other." At Newman, Victoria closes her door as Nikki asks, "Can I assume?" Victoria reveals that Elena showed up at the hotel and surprised them together, so Nate confessed. The mutual attraction they share has been building for some time, and they've acted on it prior to the trip to Los Angeles. They tried hard to keep it professional, and she can't control what people think about that. Nikki asks what the undeniable connection is that they share and asks whether she's considered how it might impact the company. At Society, Nick breezes past Billy and Chelsea to Victor's table. "You just can't help yourself, can you?" he says before telling his father he's gone too far this time. Victor crosses his arms and muses. "Oh really?" as Nick confronts him for wanting to take Sally's baby away from her. At Crimson Lights, Sally disconnects from Jill and Chloe asks if they've been fired. Sally says she's put them on hold for now. Sally sighs that she was really counting on catching this big fish to attract more business. We're back to square one. Adam walks in and asks, "What's going on?" Chloe says she has to go and assures Sally they'll come back stronger and better than ever. How's that for phony optimism? Once alone, Adam asks Sally, "How bad is it?" Sally sighs that she won't have any income coming in anytime soon. The job she and Chloe had lined up has been postponed. Unfortunately, they put all their eggs in one basket. Adam worries about her having to dip into her savings and has another idea. "I'm offering you a job, working for me." At Society, Chelsea whispers to Billy, "I wonder what that's about." Billy snarks about Victor spreading sunshine wherever he goes. They agree to stay out of it and go back to discussing Connor. Billy suggests another get-together with Johnny. Chelsea loves the idea. Chloe walks in, dejected, and tells them about Jill postponing their job. Billy offers to put in a good word with his mom, and Chelsea offers a girls' night. Chloe takes her up on it. Chelsea leaves for therapy. Chloe muses to Billy, "You've really stepped up." Across the room, Victor wonders if Sally told Nick that he intended to kidnap her child. Nick says, "We both know that's not the case. Victor will not be taken advantage of." Nick says he's trying to pay her off, but Sally's not for sale. Victor thinks she's just angling for something more substantial. Nick snaps that this isn't a negotiation and says he knows his father would never try to take a baby from its mother. Victor replies, "From the wrong mother, I damn well would." Nick retorts, "No, you wouldn't." He knows it was a test and Sally turned him down, so she passed it. Leave her alone. At Crimson Lights, Sally learns that Adam hasn't even accepted Victor's offer of McCall Unlimited. She questions, "But you would if it meant handing me a job." Adam admits that he's been leaning in that direction for a while now. It's perfect as a new challenge. "I know how companies like McCall work, there are plenty of positions you could fill." He says she could be his COO again or an in-house design firm for any and all projects. Sally shakes her head and says, "Adam." Adam declares that she can name her own position and even bring Chloe along. Sally says Victor would lose it if he brought her in. "There's no way he's going to want me anywhere near his new company, or his son's. He just got finished pushing me to take a job far away from Genoa City." Adam sits up. "My father did what?" Sally says he offered to set her up anywhere in the world as long as she left the baby with him. Adam fumes. He knew he should have gone with her to meet Victor. Sally asks him not to go confront him. She just had to talk Nick out of doing the same thing. Adam scoffs, "He listened? I'm surprised." Sally complains about Adam giving Nick the heads up. Adam tells her they finally found some common ground. Sally says Victor's offer stung, but she doesn't need saving. "I've always fought my own battles." Adam replies that now she's not just fighting for herself. On the coffeehouse patio, Elena has to go to work and tells Audra she doesn't know what will happen to her podcast yet. Audra doesn't think she should turn her back on something she enjoys. She should walk in with her head held high, maybe even follow through on the JT podcast, which would be a real slap in the face to Victoria. At Newman, Nikki reminds Victoria she's embarking on a personal relationship with a man who is fully immersed in their business. She just worries about her being involved in something like this. Victoria scoffs. "Involved in what?" Nikki thinks it's getting off on a bad footing. Victoria assures her mother she won't get hurt and she's fine. Nikki hopes they won't become famous last words. Just then, Nick comes in fuming. He tells his mother and sister that Victor tried to pay off Sally, ignoring his warnings to stay away from her. Nikki announces she will give them time alone to complain about their parents and leaves. Nick asks Victoria what he walked in on. Victoria tells her brother that not only their mother, but Elena, knows about her and Nate now. Nick asks if that's because she got what she wanted and nothing else matters. At Crimson Lights, Sally tells Adam she still doesn't need his help, even if she's going up against his father. Adam would still like to lure her to McCall. He can guarantee good pay and daycare. Sally says, "Stop trying to fix my problems." Adam insists that McCall is a wreck and he needs to assemble the best team possible to put it back on track. "My offer stands." At Society, Chloe tells Billy it's obvious how strong the bond between him and Chelsea has become. Billy says he genuinely cares about her and doesn't need a pat on the back for it. Chloe says he changed a lot after Delia died, and he changed even more because of Chelsea. She really needs someone she can count on, especially now. "And as shocking as it is, you may be the one." Adam finds Victor in the park and informs him they have unfinished business to discuss. Victor says his newly acquired company needs a CEO. Adam will accept the CEO position, but only if he agrees to back off. He'll consult with him about the company, but his daughter and Sally are off limits. There will be no more attempts to take her baby away from her. Victor chuckles that Sally went running to both of his sons to try and turn them against their father. Adam informs him he doesn't know Sally at all. She passed his test, so he needs to leave her alone now. He asks if Victor agrees to his terms or not. Victor tells Adam he's not someone who has terms dictated to him, but since he's his son, he'll accept them and hang around. "Trust me, The time will come when you need my advice. They shake hands as Adam says, I believe we have a deal. On the coffeehouse patio, Audra tells Elena that getting JT would be the perfect move if she wants revenge on Victoria. Of course, she may need time to regroup and reassess after all she's been through. Elena tells her she should take precautions too. Nate appears and eavesdrops as Elena warns Audra that Nate has no loyalties and thinks he can do no wrong. I wouldn't sleep on his charming demeanor. Audra replies, Don't worry, I won't. Elena wishes her luck and leaves. At Newman, Nick grouses about Victoria breaking up a happy couple like Nate and Elena. Victoria takes no pleasure in Elena's pain and isn't up for a lecture from him. It's my life and my decision, so back off. Nick warns Nate is a big part of Newman, which makes it his business. If he's not going to be loyal to the woman he lives with or his family, what makes you think he's going to be loyal to you or to this company? At the park, Victor tells Adam, now that they've decided he'll be the new CEO of his newly acquired company, he wants to know how he'll proceed. Adam says it's not really his business. He's already written the press release and reveals that he's already made a major decision. I've offered Sally a job of her choosing. Victor remarks, you think you should do that? Adam says it's non-negotiable. Victor asks, why her? Adam says Sally comes to work from a call or he can find himself another CEO.